Morning students. Today we have to read the first unit of the story, which is a very inspiring story for you. That is, stay hungry, stay foolish. I have told you the story in brief. Today we will discuss its first unity and line by line explanation. I have told you the story that Steve Jobs' childhood was very miserable. He was a bad child of his parents, but you can't imagine that being neglected, having a bad family background, he became the co-founder of Apple company, which is not a mere thing, and it was unbelievable at that time that being critically neglected or having a bad background, he then became the co-founder of the Apple company. So now we will start the first unity of the story. So open your text, right? In the first line, so what happened in the first unity? Once Steve Jobs was invited by the students of Stanford University, right? And in that university, when he started to give his speech, he told that I have to only say 3 stories about my life, and these 3 stories were very impacting on the life of the students. And he says he was not a graduate, but he was invited to the university, and he was in a place to speak something to the students, those who were doing graduation in the university. So that's why he was very honored, that's why he was very respected. So he says, I am honored to be with you today at your commencement from one of the finest universities in the world. So at that time, Stanford University was considered one of the finest universities in the world. Now it is also one of the finest, means good universities in the world. And he was invited by the students of that university, and he started to speak something. I never graduated from college, here he told, and he says, truth be told. He says to the students that I never got graduation. That means he was not doing graduation. Truth be told, this is the closest I have related story is been gotten to a college graduation. So this is just now he is going to speak about the story of a college graduate, relating story of a college graduate. कहीं ना तांको बापा ना तांको जने ग्रेजुएट करिया पे चाहिए, और से ग्रेजुएट संबंध होची है गोटे स्टोरी, और से ग्रेजुएट हवा पाई एई स्टोरी रे कोन सब होइतला से एबे कहबे को जाउछन कि स्टीव जॉब्स while he was addressing the students of Stanford University, right? Today I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. से कौन जे आज मो जीवन रे मो 3टी स्टोरी तुमको कहबी. That's it. not no big deal, just three stories. I will not nothing more. I will kevla three stories. And the first story is about connecting the dots. I have told you what is connecting the dots. Connecting the dots means to connect your past events, to connect your past incidents with your future. That is called connecting the dots. And when you connect your past events with your future, it will give you a graph about your life. And that graph or that situation is or that kind of activity is called connecting the dots. Because जदि आमे कनेक्टिंग द डॉट्स को कहबा जदि जते इंसिडेंट सब स्टीव जॉब्स के कैरियर में घटी छी बिकॉज़ ही इज ड्रॉप्ड आउट फ्रॉम द रीड कॉलेज रे से प्रथम पढुतले से ड्रॉप आउट होला परे 6 मास पाठ पढला परे ही वाज नॉट सैटिस्फाइड ऑफ द एजुकेशन व्हाट ही वाज गेटिंग फ्रॉम रीड कॉलेज सो देन ही ड्रॉप्ड आउट and he decided to read calligraphy. Before that he stayed at home for 18 months. 18 मास से सेठी रही घरे बसिथिले एवं 18 मास घरे बसिला परे so he was not getting proper room. That means so there was no facility for him, there was no hostel facility for him because he dropped out from the college. ताका भाई हॉस्टल फैसिलिटी नथिला. So he was staying in his friend's room. He was sleeping in the floor of his friend's room. ताका बंधु कर हॉस्टल रा फ्लोर रे से सोउथले and he was not getting food. He was not getting proper food. He sold coca bottles to an 5 cent rupees. पैसा गोटे बॉटल कोका बॉटल बिकी से पैसा रोजगार करथिले और सेथरे से चलुथिले. एमती गोटे मिजरेबल लाइफ थिला स्टीव जॉब्स कर. तेणु तांको जीवन में जदि एसो होई न थांता ताले ही मे नॉट हैव द co-founder of Apple company एवं कैलिग्राफी जदि से पढ़ि न थांते ताले मैसिंटस कंप्यूटर न से बाहर कर न थांते बा co-founder एप्पल कंपनी रो को-फाउंडर मध्ये से हेई पार न थांते. तेणु एई जो जिंस को इवेंट गुडा ताका लाइफ रे घटतो अप्स एंड डाउन्स द हडल्स ऑफ हिज लाइफ ताका जीवन जो हडल्स गुडा को जदि हमें कनेक्ट करिबा देन यू विल गेट ए क्लियर पिक्चर अबाउट हिज लाइफ. ताले ताका जीवन रो गोटे क्लियर पिक्चर हमें पाई परिबा. दैट इज कॉल्ड कनेक्टिंग द डॉट्स. सेही विषय मध्ये ठीक से कहउछन. द स्टोरी इज अबाउट कनेक्टिंग द डॉट्स. I dropped out of Reed College after the past 6 months. जानजे ताका फोस्टर फादर तांकर जे फोस्टर फादर थिले के हमर क्लेरा जॉब्स और पॉल जॉब्स ये थिले रीड स्टीव जॉब्स का फोस्टर फादर. तो क्लेरा जॉब्स और पॉल जॉब्स they promised that to make him a graduate. So the biological mother of Steve Jobs agreed to sign in the agreement paper. So then what happened? So when they admitted him in the Reed College for graduation, but Steve Jobs after 6 months he dropped out from the college. He decided that or he thought that the education what he is getting from the Reed College it will not help him in his future. That's why he dropped out from the college. But then stayed around as a drop in for another 18th month. Drop in means visitors. Then he remained at home as a visitor for 18 months. 18 मास पुणी से घरे रहिथिले. Or before I really quit. So why did I drop out? He asked himself. मु ताले से काहे drop out कली. It started before I was born. That means here Steve Jobs says everything was said before his birth. सब किछि सेड हितला ताका जन्म पूर्वरु. कोन सेड हितला? My biological mother was a young unwed college graduate student. I have told you his parents were unmarried graduate. Before their marriage Steve Jobs took bath, so he was called the unwanted child of his parents. So he was their parents, they were unmarried couple, and she decided to put me for adoption. I have also told you in the previous class that the mother, the biological mother of Steve Jobs, she decided or she declared a adoption for Steve Jobs. So then what happened? She felt very strongly that I should be adopted by college graduate, and she declared that one who will adopt Steve Jobs, that couple should be a graduate couple. It was the demand or it was the agreement of the biological mother of Steve Jobs. So everything was well said. It was declared before his birth, and a lawyer family came forward to adopt him. Right? So all these things were said before the birth of Steve Jobs. Except that when I popped out, means when he took birth, they decided at the last minute that they really wanted a girl. So my parents, who were on a voting list, got a call in the middle of the night asking, we have an unexpected baby boy, do you want him? So then what happened? That lawyer family, they denied to accept Steve Jobs because they wanted a girl child. So then Steve Jobs, means his natural mother, she called another couple who were in the voting list, but they were middle class people. So when she knew that, then what happened? So my parents, who were on a voting list, got a call in the middle of that night asking, we have an unexpected baby boy, do you want him? So it is Steve Jobs for ma कहते मोर गोटे अनवांटेड चाइल्ड अच्छी तमें आडप्ट करने चाहूँ. सेकेंड कपल जे कि क्लेरा जॉब्स और पॉल जॉब्स थे, ये होते फोस्टर पेरेंट्स ऑफ स्टीव जॉब्स. एक्चुअली we have my biological mother later found out that my mother had never graduated from college and that my father had never graduated from his school. That means Clara Jobs and Paul Jobs, they were not graduate. It was later the biological mother of Steve Jobs was found it. She knew it that the couple, those who were interested to accept Steve Jobs, they were not graduate. She knew that later. So she did not sign on in the agreement paper. They said, of course, my biological mother later found out that my mother had never graduated from college and that my father had never graduated from high school. She refused to sign the final adoption paper. There was an adoption paper. There was a final agreement. So the biological mother of Steve Jobs, she denied to sign in that adoption paper. But then what happened? She only relented the few months later. Relented means agreed. She agreed after few months when my parents promised that I would someday go to college. So then the biological mother of Steve Jobs, she agreed when his foster parents, they told that they will make Steve Jobs as a graduate. If they were not graduate, निज लालित बापा माँ जो ग्राजुएट नथिले से स्टीव जॉब्स माँ को कहले जे ना आम स्टीव जॉब्स गोटे ग्राजुएट कर एट लास्ट स्टीव जॉब्स जी बायोलॉजिकल मदर से साइन कले एग्रीमेंट पेपर रे एवं तापर जॉब अडॉप्ट हे गले का पाखरे ना यो क्लेरा जॉब्स और पॉल जॉब्स का पाखरे. तो ये हेले ताकर फोस्टर पेरेंट्स. क्लेरा जॉब्स और पॉल जॉब्स एमाने रीड कॉलेज रे पढ़ाई क्या स्टीव जॉब्स को 6 मास पाठ पढ़ला पर से पाठटा छाड़ देथिले राइट ए जो जिंस गुडा दीज इवेंट्स व्हेन यू कनेक्ट दीज इवेंट्स we can say that we are connecting the dots, right? And 7 years later I did go to college, but I never choose a college that was almost as expensive as Stanford. Then the Stanford University ta gote bada expensive university thila se college re join kale reed college re that it was very expensive in his part time क्षेत्र में बहुत कौन खर्च बहुत एक्सपेंसिव थिला and all my working class parents savings were being spent on my college tuition, so all the earnings of his parents are spent for his college tuition. तांकर जहाँ पैसा रोजगार थिला तांको हॉस्टल पेरेंट्स को सब तांकर ट्यूशन खर्च रे सर जाइथिला स्टीव जॉब्स को. After 6 months I could not see the value in it, but he did not get any value from what he was reading actually in the college. से कॉलेज जहाँ पढ़ुथिले he was not getting any value, तार किछि मूल्य से पाउ नथिले. Steve Jobs thought that, and I could not see the value in it. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and no idea how college was going to help me figure it out. And here I was spending all of the money my parents had saved their entire life. So one hand he was spending the entire money, entire earning of his parents, and on the other hand he was not getting any value from it. So he became bewildered, that means. So I decided to drop out and trust that it would all work out. Okay, so he decided to drop out from the college, and it was okay. He thought that এটা ঠিক থিলা এবং সে ডিসাইড जो करथले मु कॉलेज छाड़ देबी एटा छाडिया मत तांके पे ठीक थिला से कहउछथि. It was pretty scarcity at that time, but he was very scarcity means he was very fearful about his future, but it was pretty. And it ठीक थिला कि तम भय लागुतला जे कॉलेज छाडिबा. But looking back, it was one of the best decision I ever made. And then Steve Jobs realized that it was a best decision in his life. The minute I dropped out, I could stop taking the required classes that did not interest me. So when you dropped out from the college, you was not bound to go to the college, or you was not attending the class regularly. You was not bound to attend the class regularly, and begin dropping in on the ones that looked interesting. But he was taking interest the classes those were interesting for him. जो क्लास तक भलो लागुला तो से कॉलेज रो ड्रॉप आउट हो गले. तांको बाध्य करा जाय नथिला जे रेगुलर क्लास करिया भी जो क्लास तांको इच्छा होतला से क्लास करिया भी चाहुथि, एवं जो क्लास तांको इच्छा होतला से क्लास से करथिले. It was not all romantic, he says. एटा खुशी रे से कर नथिले, एटा तांको पे सेते प्लेजरेबल नथिला. I did not have dorm room, तांको सोया पे रूम नथिला तांको. So I slept on the floor in the friend's room. तेणु से तांको सांगा रूम रो फ्लोर रे सोथिले. I returned Coke bottles for the 5 cent deposits to buy food with, and I would walk the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal. से कोका कोला बॉटल बिकिगिरी 5 सेंट जोटा गोटे यूनिट ऑफ प्राइस जोटा रोजगार करथि सेतरे से खाउथिले एवं गोटे भलो मील खाया पई सेठी तांको 7 माइल दूर गोटे थिला हरे कृष्ण टेम्पल सेठी से सप्ताह रे जाउथले to get one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it. किनसे कहते I loved it. कौन I loved it? एमती जिबा हरे कृष्ण टेम्पल को खाइबा, एमती सांग रूम रा तळे सोइबा, एसो जिंस से कहते मते भल लागुथिला. And much of what I stumbled into my following my curiosity and intuition turned out to be priceless later on. So such type of curiosity, such type of intuition, এই जो जिनस गुडा तांको लाइफ रो क्यूरियोसिटी को माने तांको अंतर्दृष्टि को खोल देथिला बोल से कहउछन. And it was proved priceless later on. एटा प्रमाणित करथा तांको में बहुत मूल्यवान जिनस जोडे कि in the last he became the co-founder of Apple company. जहा फल रे सब कष्ट करिवा परे जाई से लास्ट गोटे एप्पल कंपनी रो मालिक हे परथिले सारा वर्ल्ड रे परिचित हे परथिले. Let me give you one example. Reed College at that time offered perhaps the best calligraphy institutions in the country. एवं सही समय रीड कॉलेज कौन करथिला ना आ गोटे शिक्षा सेठी दिया जाउथला. सेठी हो से शिक्षा दियाला कैलियोग्राफी मींस कोन ना आर्ट ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग ब्यूटीफुल हैंडराइटिंग. राइट, कैलियोग्राफी ला भलो हैंडराइटिंग शिखिबा, विभिन्न स्टाइल रे हैंडराइटिंग लिखिबा, इहा ऊपर सेठी मते शिक्षा जाउथला. सो ही टुक इंटरेस्ट टू रीड कैलियोग्राफी. ए कैलियोग्राफी पढिया में से मते इंटरेस्ट नेथि. राइट, तो आमे ए जे पढिबा ई फास्ट फूड रो इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास परवर्ती क्लास रे आमे इकाउ स्टार्ट करिबा. जदि के बुझि पारबोनी ताले यू कैन कॉल मी. राइट, थैंक यू.